Alrighty, I think we are live. Yo, what is good, everybody? How are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of a live edition of the Renegade Roundtable podcast here. I am Jeffrey Kirby, and of course, we are always joined by Jarryd. Jarryd, how in the hell are you?
Yeah, it's all right, all right. Gets exciting tonight. We'll see what happens tonight. I don't know. It's just I'm in the middle. I'm just meh.
Well, that's the most Jarryd thing ever. Just
Yep,
being meh.
yep.
Well, obviously, we have the game tonight. That's why we are currently doing a live show, or else just because us doing a recorded show, we could say everything and then mean absolutely nothing in 2 hours. So, figured we'd hop on here, do a quick live show for you guys, and obviously we're talk about the game tonight. Talk about the fiasco that was Sunday.
Yep.
And speaking of Sunday, first and foremost, you knew it was going to be a absolute complete shit show with the way that whole weather was going on there. I mean, remember earlier this year, I went to a Washington Commanders Browns preseason game just because I had gotten given tickets, and we had a weather delay there, and it's like, this is like the first time I've ever seen this. And then you get it twice in one game.
Oh, it was so long. Just felt like it would never end. The suffering.
Yeah, it was not fun at all. And it was not fun watching this team again because you go up against a then 2-10 Arizona Cardinals team, and you go you start off on a 7-play drive that ends in a field goal. You're like, okay, we're getting points, but we're a little frustrated because we wanted to try to convert some of those drives into touchdowns that we were getting field goals on. Then you stop Arizona 3 and out. They don't get a single yard, and you're thinking at that moment, it's like, all right, we might be okay here.
Is something gonna change?
And of course, we get a comment here from my boy Hunter saying Juju Smith-Schuster revenge game tonight. Pat's winning, I fear.
Oh, shocker!
It'd be the most Steeler thing ever to find a way and leave this game losing to two of the worst teams in the NFL. Oh,
this guy's so funny, man.
And you know what? I'm glad we got to go off topic for half a second.
I knew this was coming.
Real quick, need to have a quick discussion about a certain team real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Not. And what's up, Derpy? How you doing? What the hell? As like Hunter has said here, Paulo is nasty. He is nice. I mean, dude went on. Was that a career night for him?
Yeah, he played basically what I don't want to say like flashes of like LeBron carrying the team. Basically, it was just him last night. 42 points was his career night.
Yeah,
was the highest.
And then Cole Anthony came off the bench and had 19.
But you know, there's one reason why we lost. You see the 3-point percentage that we had that game. did you see
2 of 23?
2 of 23. That's the reason why we lost this game. We lost by 10.
Also being out rebounded by 9 doesn't help you.
It doesn't help you. No, defense wasn't great either.
But you know what's the one thing that was very annoying is once again, how the hell do you guys like? And I'm being honest when I ask this. How the hell do you guys as a team lead the league in free throw attempts per game?
Paulo, pretty much. Paulo gets at least 6 to 7 a game on the 6 to 8 free throw attempts on the line. That's just how he's the more aggressor.
I'm looking at this too. Missing 10 free throws isn't helping you either.
You see where I'm coming from. We're not great at the free throw line either. It's just
27 of 37 from the line, 73%. We weren't much better, 15 of 20, 75%.
But you see the reason why we lost. 2 for 20 feet from 3, missed 10 free throw shots, and it was just Paulo and Cole Anthony. That was pretty much Franz was a little bit there, but he always has a little trouble against the Cavs, I guess. But it is what it is. But I don't know. And Jalen Suggs got hurt in the middle of a game, which sucks. I like his defense a lot. His defense is really good this year. It's starting to become more of an offensive weapon. But great win for you guys. Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. Those two guys are.
By the way, going into that game, it felt like Donovan Mitchell was just.
Oh yeah.
With all the bricks that he was having, you could build a house.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I did absolutely steal a joke from one of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
But it's yeah. But yeah, just had to bring that up real quick.
We'll see you again in a couple weeks.
And I have something for you.
Oh boy, I already know what it is. Yeah, he's going to show the L. Why am I not surprised, Kirby?
I have a hot plate of L's for you, my friend. But all right, back to regularly scheduled programming here. Yeah, that game on Sunday was awful. It was. Is that not the most Steeler thing to do?
Yeah, couldn't get a touchdown on the 1 yard line, I guess, or the first and goal.
On the turnover on downs,
and then you let Arizona drive 99 yards down the field on our defense to score.
I'm looking at that drive here. You gave up a 3rd and 3, a 3rd and 6, another 3rd and 6, a 3rd and 5.
Just third downs. It's 3rd downs that we
and another 3rd down and goal. So which ended up being a touchdown. Yeah. So how many 3rd downs was that you gave up on that drive alone? 5 or something?
And then the injury bug is starting to get to us a little. Oh, my
gosh. Just when we thought we were getting healthy, then you come down with Minka with the hand injury, Landon Roberts. It's just fucking all over the place. And it's like, come on, man.
Well, luckily, I think everyone's playing tonight except for, of course, Kenny. James Beer is not playing as well. But only 2 quarterbacks tonight. So we got Mason and Mitch. This is it. We're riding with Mitch and Mason. No Trace McSorley, guys.
Baker won the Heisman. Next up, Trace McSorley.
God, that song is just stuck in my head every time they signed him. Shout out to Nick Farbo on Twitter, man. I heard that a couple times on that tweet. It was on there. But
yeah, it was it was just an awful game. And then for me to have to find a way to avoid the messages from my friends of I had to do some ducking because I had one friend who just kept on hitting me with Ayo Jeff, and I'm just spewing out some bullshit. Like, here, let me pull this.
You're busy, man. I know that talk.
Well, so what did I say? I said something about Stroud, and then he says, "Hey, yo, Jeff." I knew what he was trying to go with, so then I just start talking about. I said, "Nico Collins is good at football." Hey, yo, Jeff. Ron Rivera is about. I said Ron Rivera has to get fired after today. Still believe that. Ayo, Jeff. And then I said, I love that Houston has the Undertaker music for 3rd down. Ayo, Jeff. And then I said, there's a shit ton of Broncos fan at this game. Ayo, Jeff. People are still bitching about Florida State. Like, shut up. And then it was Ayo, Jeff with 3 laugh emojis. I said the Chargers winning 6-0 against New England is hilarious. He said, bro, if you don't stop ducking me, I had to do all kind of ducking.
Well, this game tonight, man. Whew, man.
If you somehow lose to either Bailey Zappi or Big Mac Jr., It's the if you and listen for those and the fire Mike Tomlin train has been rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I'm gonna say about the fire Mike Tomlin train. The national media loves Mike Tomlin.
Oh,
absolutely loves him. Absolutely praises him. Do I think that Mike Tomlin should be fired? No. But I do think his seat needs to start warming up.
Oh, it should be warm.
Because
it should be.
Here's the thing. This team has not won a playoff game since 2016. I know people get annoyed when people say that. But what is the standard in Pittsburgh? It's supposed to be Super Bowl or bust every single year. It's what it's been. And you're running into this time of you lose to the Jags at home when you were, I want to say maybe the 2 or 3, I want to say you were the 3 seed at that time. 2018, you collapse in the month of December, don't make the playoffs. 2019, you technically collapse in December, but you found a way to go 8-8 with a team that was led by Mason Rudolph when you didn't have Ben Roethlisberger all year, pretty much. 2020, December, start off 11-0, go 1-3 down a stretch, lose to a game with a team that didn't even have their head coach. 2021, you find a way to make the playoffs, and you get obliterated by Kansas City. And then 2022, last year, go 7-2 down a stretch, and you were just one game away from another team for making the playoffs too. And now you're in 2023. It's you have to warm his seat up, because how many teams in the NFL, outside of maybe the Cincinnati Bengals with Marvin Lewis, are you going to get this many opportunities when you haven't won a playoff game in so long? And I'm tired of hearing he's won a Super Bowl. That was 15 years ago with a team that he didn't even really build. That was a Cowher-built team. I'm sorry. I like Mike Tomlin. I really do. I don't like. I'd want to see him go, or I don't want to see him go. But I mean, something has to give here.
Yep.
You can't blame the GM anymore. You got a brand new GM. Something has to give here. Something has to give.
And yeah, his seat should be warming up, in my opinion. You just can't keep letting this happen. Always losing to teams that we shouldn't be losing to. And
here's the thing. If you listen to the players earlier in the week, and they all talked about how it felt like they took the Cardinals lightly. Mike Tomlin claims they don't take anyone lightly. But then you get a couple good different guys that felt like they took took that team lightly.
Something doesn't seem right.
Something doesn't seem right there.
Nope.
And
I want to get to the quarterback. Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett. That his decision making is getting very questionable. That what was it like? It was first and goal, second and goal. Doesn't even look to his left at all. Had Calvin Austin wide open in the end zone, and decides to run it in and get hurt. It's a little bit questionable, but I'm not saying his job is going to be up to next year. Personally, with a new OC, he's going to be the starting quarterback.
Here's what sucks about this year in the situation that happened. It sucks because you thought that this would be a time between now and the end of the year. Matt Canada, he still be the same playbook, but it's a different play caller where you can change little things up, maybe open things up a little bit. We thought, hey, this is your chance to really show, hey, this was on Matt Canada, not you. Now, obviously, going into next year, and I'm gonna say this, I wouldn't be fully opposed to going in with a quarterback next year.
I think they're going to draft. They would draft one for sure. A day 2 or day 3.
I would. You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb. If they want to determine that he's not the guy, I get it's only year 2, but you can 13 touchdowns in how many games? Simply, you just can't. I get it. He's also clutch. Mm-hmm. When you need him to be clutch, he can be. But it's just.
I think I know because the play, you can't really blame play calling. Still Matt Canada's playbook. I think with the new OC and hopefully something new next year, depending on what happens. I think Kenny's still the quarterback next year, no matter what happens. Personally, he's still the quarterback. 3 years is what you give on a quarterback. You could look at. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. Like Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, some other quarterbacks.
Whatever. Well, Trevor Lawrence was just a year 2. Well, going into year 2 was when things started to pick up for him.
But I still think you got to give Kenny one more year. As much as I hate to say it, I want to see a new OC with Kenny Pickett. I want a legit offense. Even with this offense for the rest of the year, it's still Matt Canada's offense. Like you said, just a little bit tweaks here and there. It's not good. Now it's all about execution. And Kenny had a great little first drive until that one big play. Didn't see Calvin Austin in the end zone. I don't know what he was looking right there, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
And speaking of quarterbacks, I'll say this real quick. Drake May is a dog.
He is, but there's no way we're going to get Drake May.
No. I'm not saying that's just a general take.
Oh, just a general take.
I watched a couple games of tape last night of Drake May. Uh-huh. Holy shit.
He's from North Carolina, right? Yep. North Carolina? Sam Mount. Well, that's great.
He is good.
How many years has been a starter? Just 1?
2.
2? Okay.
Yeah, he's a good one. I like he's a guy that he anticipates very well. His deep ball is so pretty. It really is. I think the issue with him is he's going to take a lot of sacks.
And then the offensive line, not the greatest either. Mason Cole.
Well, I'll say, North Carolina's offensive line is not good.
Oh, I know they're not good either. But I want to talk about our O-line. Mason Cole needs to be cut.
Well, we know that happened until the end of the year, but
I know we have to suffer with him until the end of the year. What are these snaps that I'm seeing against the Cardinals? Awful. Making Mitch look bad. I know Mitch is not the greatest, but I can't blame Mitch if you're giving terrible snaps to him.
And you know what? Speaking of Mitch, Mitsubishi Mitch, that's what I've been calling him. Mm-hmm. I saw someone like how you had the Maserati Mar for Marvin Harrison Jr., which, by the way, people don't be foolish. He's going to the NFL. Don't buy into that bullshit. He's going.
There's no way.
He's going.
I saw that report too. That is wild. That I think he would stay for another year. There's no way.
I think it'd be different if you're Travion Henderson. Travion, I think, is a little different because he's a guy right now that would probably be a late 2, early 3 guy, round pick. Mm-hmm. He's a guy that you could possibly play another year and elevate. And I saw 1 or 2 people mention Chris Olave. Well, he stayed an extra year. I think that did him a whole lot better because he played himself again into being a top receiver. 10, 15 pick.
Yeah.
So, but back to Mitch. Mitch, it feels like with Mitch and Kenny, there's not much of a drop off, and that's saying something on multiple occasions, and they're not good. You would think that a drop off between your starting quarterback and your backup quarterback is a good thing to have because you're not going to get that much of a drop off in terms of production. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, when the production from the starting quarterback is so bad, when the drop off is very minuscule, kind of says something.
Yeah. And the one problem that I always have with Mitch, and you know what I'm going to say here, just stares at the one receiver, way too long.
And is typically to the right, to his right, or over the middle.
Yep. And there was that one ball he threw it into triple coverage where like Connor Hayward. I was like, what is he trying to do? Luckily, it wasn't picked off, but like that's the one issue that he will always have. Unless he changes tonight, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I'll see that happen. This over under is 30.5.
Yeah, that's sad.
That is pretty sad, and a lot of people are still going with the under, and you should if you're betting personally.
Oh man, we might be lucky if we get 15 combined points. Except you know how this goes. Everyone slams the under, and then this game's end up being a shootout like 37-30.
No, the Patriots don't have anybody right now. Well,
I saw Zeke. You know, they showed him coming into the game, and I'm like, I forgot they had Zeke.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if you saw the report just a little bit ago. Patriots were going to have 3 wide receivers. 3 active receivers tonight. Juju Smith-Schuster. I forgot the other 2, but I know Juju. That's pretty much it. And there's 2 more. I think Tyquan Thornton, and then one more. There's one more, but that's it. That's all they have. Just here we go. This guy wants to see Ohio State Zeke.
Well, don't get me wrong. I got love for Zeke. 85 yards down the heart of the south of Alabama, which, by the way, hey, Alabama, do me a favor.
Oh, my gosh, here we go.
You know what to do.
Now you're asking for favors from an opponent. Isn't that crazy? Asking favors because your team didn't make the top 4.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide, baby.
Crazy. Because your team didn't make it, now you rooted for Roll Tide. It's terrible. I get it.
In that game, I am a big Alabama and Washington fan.
Oh, you don't want Texas to go in? What's wrong with Texas?
You know why I don't want Texas to win.
No, I don't mind Texas.
No, there's only one reason and one reason only.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Expert hater coming out of me.
Oh, here we go. I forgot. Kirby's a hater. Class A hater. He doesn't want anyone to be happy.
Absolutely not.
If you're friends with Kirby, he roots against the teams that you don't like, basically. Kirby never thought about the Magic until I became his friend, and then now he wants to hate him more. It's crazy. And then, well, Yankees are,
I'll say the Yankees, that one is always.
Yeah, that's always, it is what it is. I get hey, shout out for getting Juan Soto, but yeah, okay, that's a little.
Y'all know, it's great that you guys got Juan Soto because you guys are still getting bounced in the DS.
We'll see what happens. I'm not confident either way, if it did happen or not.
I say, especially because your guys' pitching is.
Oh, I know. I'm a little bit upset they gave up Michael King, is one of my favorite pitchers from the Yankees. He's going to San Diego, which it sucks, but it is what it is. Anyways, tonight's game, the Steelers. I don't know what's going to happen. Mitch should be average. Just give the ball to Najee and Jalen Warren and let them work. Pretty much. Yeah, you got to throw the ball. Patriots defense still good. I think they're always going to be okay. It's just their offense is terrible.
Yeah, their offenses. Yeah, in terms of yards per game, I think they're in the top 10.
Because their defense is good.
Yeah, they're 8th in defense allowed in total yards allowed. In terms of passing defense, they are middle of the road. Right around middle of the road. And then rushing defense, they are good. They are 3rd in the league in rushing yards allowed.
Ooh, so we're going to see what happens tonight if we can run the ball or not, because that is our only offense. Man,
hey, you know what though? Steelers defense 6th in the NFL in points per game allowed.
How about the other rankings?
But what about points per game?
I know points.
But you know what though? Hey, listen, it's like okay in terms of rushing, you're probably around 20th. 121 rushing yards allowed per game, and then probably closer to the same, maybe closer to like maybe 19th, 21st, somewhere in that range in passing yards allowed. Which secondary, I wouldn't be opposed to getting a corner in a draft.
No,
I right now, as of this moment, think my biggest priorities: center, middle linebacker, corner,
tackle.
I'd put that. I don't know if I would say a tackle is more important than.
I guess I'm not a major need. I get what you're saying.
And maybe linebacker could maybe veer back just a tiny bit because I got to remember that Cole Holcomb
Is coming
and
back.
Orlando Roberts are both on a 3-year deal. I would like for them to maybe in the second, depending on how their picks go, second, third round, go after an off-ball linebacker if they don't decide to bring back Quan Alexander, if they don't get one in free agency. Corner, they need one. I want to see them take a corner with their first 2 picks.
They truly need a corner.
Even though this is another one of those classes where corners are deep. There's a crap ton of different corners that you could possibly go after.
So if you have to say right now, a center is probably the first pick. If you
as of right now, I would prefer them to use their first pick on a center. And right now,
started looking.
Right now, I'm looking at my list of players. Right now, in terms of centers, I'm not sure though if there is anyone. Maybe there's someone that will rise over the course of time. Graham Barton from Duke, he's a guy that he's a guard, but he can play center. But corners are deep. Nate Wiggins from Clemson, he's probably going to be cornerback 1. Terrion Arnold from Alabama, Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama, Cooper Dewan from Iowa, Quinion Mitchell from Toledo, TJ Tampa from Iowa State, Kalen King from Penn State, and Josh Newton from TCU are all possible first-round corners as of this moment.
Wow, that's a lot.
So, again, going back to like how it was in the draft this past draft, deep corner class.
Yep.
So maybe if you wanted to push that back into the second, that's okay because you could still get a quality guy like we did this year with Joey Porter Jr. But yeah, I would say as of right now, if you could get a first round grade center, if you don't get one in free agency, which I'm not sure who all would be available in 2024, which I'm going to look that up right now. 2024 NFL free agency or free agents, because we need a center very badly.
Yep, it shows.
All right, center. All right, so you have Jason Kelsey's technically a free agent. No, he'll retire. He ain't leaving that place. Connor Williams from Miami. You have Aaron Brewer from Tennessee. Both of those guys are 26. If you wanted to go with someone a little bit older, Graham Glasnow. He's 30. He'll be 30. He's 31. So, I mean, there are maybe a couple options if you wanted to in free agency, but I'd prefer to maybe have them go after and not some milk carton of a center like they did with draft an actual center, not someone who has played guard and never played center a day in their life and force them to play center.
I think you know who you're referencing right there.
Oh, I know exactly who I want right now.
Oh, no.
Will Clapp, baby.
I knew it.
Will Clapp, baby.
But, yeah, no, I think, I totally agree. As of right now, a center is more important. Corner, middle linebacker is the biggest need. Biggest need is right now.
Yeah. Right now in this draft class, and listen, talk about offensive tackles. This is a very heavy offensive tackle class.
Really?
Last year, you had 3, maybe 4 guys. Right now, there are 8 possible offensive tackles who could go in round 1.
Wow, 8. Oof.
Olu Fashanu from Penn State, J.C. Latham from Alabama, Joe Alt from Notre Dame, Amarius Mims from Georgia, Tyler Guyton from Oklahoma, Troy Fatanu from Washington, Patrick Paul from Houston, Taylis Fuaga, if I'm not pronouncing that name, I apologize, from Oregon State, and Kingsley Sumiatia from BYU.
Wow, man, that's crazy. It's a deep. Well, listen.
And then wide receivers, of course, that's always going to be. It seems like almost every year, it's going to be pretty deep. Quarterbacks, obviously, well, we talked about that already. You got 6 possible that could go. Will there be 6 that go? Probably not. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Michael Penix, Jane Daniels, JJ McCarthy could possibly sneak in there, and Bo Nix, but I could see them more of being second round guys, kind of like how it was with Will Levis.
Mm-hmm.
Running backs right now, I don't really see a running back that's the first round worthy.
No.
Wide receivers, Marv, Malik Neighbors, Keon Coleman, Rome Odunze, Brian Thomas from LSU, Mecca Buka from the Ohio State.
Shocker.
Adonai Mitchell from Texas, and Xavier Legette, whatever, from South Carolina.
Interesting to see what they do when that time comes, what the Steelers are thinking. By the time, I'm sure they're working on, they're looking to see for the future. But will they? What if they draft a quarterback, which I think they probably will? What round are we thinking? How early? If there's a big concern with Kenny Pickett.
Well, if you have a big concern with a quarterback, here's my belief. Mm-hmm. If you have questions about your quarterback and you think you want to go in a different direction, then you have to get first round quarterback. Unless you feel like this class is deep enough that you can get one of those guys in the second round. But we know how that goes, where there's going to be a team, or let's just say for an example. Now, obviously, Caleb Williams, he's going to go. Obviously, Drake May, he'll go. Jaden Daniels will go. And then Michael Penix, I'm assuming he's going to go. Those are 4 guys we're confident in going in the first round. JJ and Bo Nix, I'm not confident in going in the first round. I don't think they will as of now, but I do think that those are guys where they might both be snagged up by, say, pick 39.
Hold on. And they're all picking the Steelers. Why am I not surprised? I'm looking at the screen. Everyone's picking the Steelers tonight. I hate it. And guess they all put low scoring games. All from the pregame. So.
Oh, man. But yeah, in terms of tonight,
we're just here to watch. Are we going to be stressed? Probably.
Well, of course. You know how this goes. The last time that we've seen them win by more than however many points that we kind of feel comfortable is like 2020.
Long time ago. Long time ago.
Oh man, this team finds a way to take years off our lives.
Yeah, Minka going hyping them up. The game starts in 16 minutes.
Oh man. But yeah, overall tonight, if you're able to run the ball again, we need Mitch Trubisky to be. I don't need him to be crazy.
Game manager. That's it.
Just go be a game manager. Go and not turn the ball over. We should be okay.
Now, when does Kenny come back this season?
I mean, with the surgery that he has had, we've seen players come back. Mm-hmm. It's not an extensive procedure.
No, 2 to 4 weeks, they say. You get a little longer break after this game. You don't play until next Saturday. against the Colts, and then they play
against Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, then Seattle.
If you could somehow get them back and feel okay by Seattle, I would like that. And if not, and if you're still in a playoff position going into that Baltimore game, the final game of the week, then. But I would like for him, if it is possible, for him to come back in that Seattle game.
I agree. We'll see what happens. Man, 3 weeks of Mr. Trubisky, man. That's going to be a little game changer. Different.
Oh, Lordy.
And then I'm sure they're going to put Trace McSorley as an emergency 3. Not this week, but probably next week.
Baker won the Heisman. Next up, Trace McSorley.
I can't believe it, man. That was okay. We'll see what happens. Anyways.
Oh, all right. Well, we wanted to just get you guys a quick little stream, talk about this game, talk about the disaster that was Sunday. Hopefully we come back next Thursday with better vibes.
With the win, I hope.
Let's hope and pray.
This game is actually, for playoff purposes, it's crazy. We lost last week and we're still the number 5 seed.
Well, shout out to the Rams. Shout out to the Rams for beating the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
That was huge. Cincinnati won, which sucks. And Jake Browning, which, oh God. Of course, Jake Browning goes off. And what does the timeline look like? It was just an absolute disaster.
Luckily, Trevor Lawrence is not out for the season. I was scared for him.
Yeah, he's already back practicing.
That's insane with a high ankle sprain.
And then, obviously, the Ravens were on a bye last week. So, and then
they had a good bye.
So looking at the teams in terms of the AFC North, Patriots, obviously we have our game. Cincinnati is at Indianapolis. Cleveland is at home versus Jacksonville. And Baltimore is at home against the Ravens. So everyone in the North is home this week.
Mm.
And in terms of the playoff implications, we also got to watch out for, well, we mentioned already. So with the Browns and Colts, those are the 6 and 7 seed. And then we go from there.
That's why I say it's surprising we did not lose the 5th seed after the losing Sunday. This is the big game if we want to keep pushing towards the playoffs and to see if we can win a playoff game. If.
So, you know what? I'm gonna leave us all on this. We may not have a first-round pick next year.
Oh my God! Why do you say that?
I know someone who I want.
Oh my gosh! I think I already know who it is.
Plays out west.
I know he has the same kind of hair, doesn't he? Flow of the hair, huh?
Flow of the hair. Huh? He's a big grilling guy.
There's no way it's gonna happen.
Justin Herbert, you are a Steeler.
There's no way.
I can hope and dream, okay?
I know we can hope and dream.
And you know what? If we're having issues at tackle.
Oh my goodness. Don't bring his name up, please. Don't bring his name up.
I know someone who we could bring up, or we can maybe call.
No. That guy could stay home.
Hey Tay, how are you?
So annoying. I knew it. Anyway.
Oh goodness gracious! Had to do that for. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys did, smash that like button, hit the red subscribe button, drop a comment. And until then, let's just hope we bring out a dub. It'll be nice. But till then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Stay warm for everyone who's dealing with the cold. Jarryd does have to do that. Congratulations to him and all of his success in terms of weather.
It's a little chilly down here.
Oh yeah. I remember real quick, I had a friend of mine who told me that they were in Hawaii. And it says, and they get there and goes, you guys got here at a bad time. We're going to hit a cold front. And they're like, cold front? They go, Yeah, it's only going to get a low of, or it's only going to get up to like 78. It's like, what? It's like, do you know where we just came from? It's about 15 and snowing right now. You talk about cold front 78. Get the hell out my face. But here in where I'm at, Northeast Ohio, tomorrow's going to be 55. Wow. We're going to be in shorts and t-shirt, while Jarryd would probably be in a winter coat.
A jacket. I'll be wearing a jacket probably.
A winter hat.
No
gloves,
winter hat.
And just freezing his ass off in 55.
No.
But till then, hope you guys have a good weekend. Stay safe. Have fun. Go Steelers. Fuck the Yankees and fuck the Magic. And fuck UCF. Goodbye!